I'm Virginie Pinel, working at IRD, the French National Research Institute for Sustainable Development. I present here a work carried out on the Merapi volcano by French teams from ISTER and IPGP in collaboration with CVGHM, the Indonesian institute in charge of natural hazard assessment. The main objective is to promote the use of remote sensing data in volcano observatories, where volcano monitoring is still mainly based on ground observations. Merapi volcano is one of the most active volcanoes in Indonesia. It is characterized by two types of activity, either the growth of viscous lava domes, which get destroyed, producing pyroclastic flows, small pyroclastic flows, or large explosive eruptions, producing large pyroclastic flows, able to reach more than 10 kilometers from the summit. But these major events are less frequent, occurring no more than once a century. The last large explosive event occurred in November 2010 and was followed by a period of limited activity. A new period of unrest then started in late summer 2020. It was marked by a significant increase in seismicity and by large displacement in the summit area. The shorter space and the major disaster was activated in November 2020, leading to the acquisitions of high-resolution data. This unrest period ended with an eruption on the 4th of January this year. All the processing is performed at the Merapi Volcano Observatory in Yogyakarta, where Sentinel-1 and Sentinel-2 data are uploaded and processed. Sentinel-1 data are acquired over the volcano every 12 days on the descending track and every 6 days on the ascending one. Interferograms, coherence map, and amplitude images are automatically produced based on the NSBAS processing chain developed at ISTER. Topographic fringes are removed based on the SRTM digital elevation model, regularly updated for topographic changes occurring in the summit area. Tropospheric signal is estimated and corrected based on the ERA-5 atmospheric reanalysis. Time series analysis is also performed on demand. Automatic products are displayed in the web interface, WebOps, developed by François Mauducel and commonly used in many volcanic observatories around the world. This interface allows the visualization and interpretation of all recorded terrestrial data, GNSS, seismic data, which facilitates the joint interpretation of remote sensing and ground data in real time for volcano monitoring. Various time series products are also provided, including error maps, average velocity maps, displacement field maps, and temporal evolution of the displacement at given location. Comparison with GNSS data recorded by the 10 stations of the permanent network is in progress, but this remains challenging because the inversion of the GNSS data have evidenced a deep source of pressurization appearing intermittently with a limited amplitude, below 1 centimeter of displacement. Results from the time series analysis performed on the descending track clearly show a downslope displacement affecting a 1.5 km wide area located on the western flank of Merapi volcano. This displacement became significant at the end of the summer 2020, points A2, A3, and E on the figure. No GNSS stations are located in the area affected by these displacements. The average velocity map available in mid-November was very useful to characterize the spatial extension of the moving area, even if the high gradients of the recorded displacements precludes the quantification of the amplitude of the displacement in the summit area by INSAR. I leave you here with the conclusion of the work in progress. The integration of Sentinel data with ground-based data has proved useful for crisis management, but the additional data from the high-resolution satellites, especially through the activation of the shorter, has also been very useful. On the right, you have an example of topographic changes induced by slope instabilities and destruction of domes and derived from Pleiad imagery.